Okay, so this is our project about heartbeat and SpO2 level, blood oxygen level, and also we have additionally added a temperature sensor, infrared temperature sensor. So it is a wireless temperature sensor, so that we are going to see in the project. So at first, this is the microcontroller, and this is ESP8266 based Node MCU microcontroller. Yeah. So this microcontroller is having the ability that it can be directly connected with Wi-Fi to upload information, and this is OLED display. And yeah, this one is OLED display, and this the blue color you are seeing. This is a rechargeable unit, or we have a rechargeable battery here, and this connector actually connects our phone charger to charge the battery. So this is the portable unit. So we don't need to connect any wiring based charging. We have to just charge this one from our phone itself. We can phone charger itself. We can charge the whole unit. So there is a battery to charge it correctly. If it is full charge, the charging should be stopped. For that, this blue color circuit is used. Okay. Then we have this max 30100 slash 30102 sensor. So this sensor actually have the ability to check heartbeat as well as the blood oxygen level. So this reading will be appearing here in the screen, here in this screen, and it will be uploaded to IoT page using the Wi-Fi system. Now this is heartbeat plus SpO2 switch. This is the charging unit. From our phone charger we can charge the whole unit, and this is for temperature system. So we want to check the temperature also, we can do from this one. So for this we have MLX 90614 sensor. So this sensor actually wirelessly can check the temperature value. For this unit we don't have actually this one IoT connection. We are not uploading the information from here. Only for this part we are uploading the information. So this is a separate part. This is the temperature part, and this is heartbeat and SpO2 part. So here we have used another microcontroller, Arduino Nano Atmega 328 PPU microcontroller, and separate OLED display for this one. So we'll run and see. So in the same project, you can calculate heartbeat, SpO2 level, as well as the temperature values. So let us start with the heartbeat value and see. So at first it will try to connect with the internet. If internet connection is there, then only the sensor will light up. Here one blink will come, then this will light up. Yes, it means network is connected. Now we have to put our finger and see what is the heartbeat value and what is the SpO2 value. This is initializing now. It will take some 10 seconds time because I have given the gap of 10 seconds to for every new input. So you can see that heartbeat value is coming as 74.44 and SpO2 value is 97. Now this is stable value. This heartbeat will be continuously changing, but this will become stable. So now we'll go to the IoT online page. This online page you can open all over the world from a link that we can send through WhatsApp as well. So you see that whatever value is coming there, the same value will be updating to this. So we can give this link to some doctor or hospital. So they will be continuously monitoring our that heartbeat and SpO2 value. So here the value is heartbeat value is 71. So there also it's 71. Actually here we are getting in point because I have given the float value there, and here SpO2 value is 97. Can you see that? I hope it is visible. Yes, 97 is the value there. So where when it is changing here, that time it will change there, and there is unlimited distance in between the thing. If you want, if you are in India and the link is available in US also through online, it will update with the same speed. So every 10 seconds the information is getting updated. So now you see 70.79 is there, and there 71 is there. So this is the overall process for heartbeat and SpO2 level sensor. Now for temperature, this we have given a threshold value of 100 degree Fahrenheit. So if somebody have more than 100 degree Fahrenheit, it will show that this person may be suspect of COVID. In current situation, temperature is high for the body. So this it's checking wirelessly the atmospheric temperature. It's 91.74 Fahrenheit and 30. Yes, if I show my hand, it shows 95.7. That is a human body temperature. 94 to 98 is normal only. Now, how to check that whether more temperature is there? So I already have heated a soldering rod. So that soldering rod will show you the temperature value of the soldering rod wirelessly. So it's actually heating up now. So now you see, yes. So it's once this is detected, now one warning fever alert will be there, and at the same time the volume also will come. Once again, I'll show you. So fever alert. So fever alert will be coming. Once again, we'll see the same process. So if anybody comes in front of this and if their body temperature is more than 100 degree Fahrenheit, then this warning system will be activated.
Thank you.
Yes, this is a microcontroller program we have used to program the ESP8266 based microcontroller system of Node MCU board. So in this program, I will little enlarge the screen. Yes, so in this program, first of all, we are using fs.h. Actually, this is for ESP8266 microcontroller system. This is the header file for that one. Then wire.h is just general this one header file to connect the connections. Then this is for sensor, particularly max 30100 pulse oximeter.h. This is the sensor which we are using for heartbeat and SpO2 level detection. So that's header file. Then Adafruit graphics. Adafruit graphics means when we are putting the finger on the sensor, one heart shape is coming. So for that, we need to have a graphics directory. So that is there. So graphics header file. Then this is Oak OLED. We are using OLED display. So for OLED display, the header file is Oak OLED. Now, so if you want to see all these header files installed in our system, 1 minute, I'll show you. So all the header files are available here. From here we are including the library. So you can, if you want to add any library, simply you have to click it here, and here you have to type, for example, this header file we want to check means ADAFRUIT Adafruit underscore GFX, that we have to type and we have to wait for some time. So you see that Adafruit GFX is already installed in the system. So only it's called. So once you install this means automatically it will come, and you can see in examples. So this library file will be added differently. So for every sensor, most of the sensor actually you can say that different libraries we are installing, and inside that library some inbuilt programs are already available. So if you want to open for anything, you can just open it from here. Now, so that is the header file. So let us zoom it again. So in this you can see, so we are having this one. Yes, this is Kane MQTT SP ESP8266. That this is the online that online page we are using, no, here, this website where we are uploading the information. That website actually we are using this one. If you have to upload the sensor data to a particular website, then that website we have to first decide. So like Kane only, there are many online IoT devices, online Android systems are there. So on that you can upload the informations. So on which website we are uploading the information, that we have to declare it first. So for every website, every IoT based Android application, there is some header file. So Kane MQTT ESP8268 is there for this one. Now this is the reporting time. Every 10 seconds, 10,000 milliseconds is nothing but 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds the information will be uploaded. Now pulse oximeter, here we are having a, which type of OLED display we are using is OAK OLED display. Then pulse oximeter POX is there. Then here BPM value is there. This float value means what all the float value will be uploaded, one beats per minute and one SpO2 value, both will be uploaded online, so that you are seeing that every time we are putting finger, so beats per minute and SpO2 both values are getting uploaded on the website, and the same time it is uploaded on the it's displayed in the OLED display. Now this is just the last report. So every time the reporting should be done, this is just the millisecond time, that in between one data and second data and third data, like BPM and SpO2, there should be any gap or it should be continuously coming. So there should not be any gap, so 00's values are implemented here. Now this is Wi-Fi network credentials. So whenever we are starting the system, you remember that when we started the project, it tried to search the Wi-Fi connection. So it will search this Wi-Fi only, Spectrum Solutions. So in case if you are using in your phone another Wi-Fi is there, it means in your phone some hotspot user ID and password also you can put it here. So if your phone's hotspot is on, it will search its user ID and its password. If it is matching, the same thing will be that your phone's internet connection will be used to upload the information. Now this is the Wi-Fi username and password. Now what is this three value? This is most important part of the coding actually. So from where we are getting this one, you see, whenever we are using this website to upload the information, so we have connected a heartbeat sensor and SpO2 sensor in this. Here we are getting the information. So if you click on setting, click on configure, they will give you some readings. This one, MQTT value, MQTT password and client ID. So if you are uploading information, your device should be connected on this particular page. How this website will know that? So for that they are uploading, they are giving you for every device one username, password and your client ID. So that client ID you have to add it here, then only you will be able to see the things correctly. Now for I have given this for another client, another ID also. You can use this one or this one, that doesn't matter, both are same only. So I have given in comment, we can delete it also. And this is the shape. Whenever you are putting a finger on the sensor, you are getting one heart shape, no, that you are getting because of this. So this every point represents a particular dot in the screen. So these dots will combine and will make in the form of a heart. Now whenever the first beat is detected, one message will appear in the serial port. And in OLED what will happen, in OLED display there will not be any beat detected message. It will be like one heart shape will come, it will display in the OLED. Now this is the baud rate, frequency rate of programming, that is 115200. Now this is OLED. Whenever we are using OLED display, OLED print, that message is printing actually. This is just to allocate from where it should start. 0,0 stands for the first point, and what color should be there, what font size should be there, these are the different values. Now pin number 2 is the output. This actually I have not used it. Pin number 2 means in case you want a buzzer should start or something should start, in case of for example, if your SpO2 level is going below and some sound should come, so in that digital pin 2 should be high, that things we can do it here. So Kane is actually checking everything is correct, SSID, password, everything is correct. Then we are going for the next step. Serial print is always for computer system. In case your device is connected through cable to computer, that time only this will display. It will not display in the in OLED, or it will not display in the this one online system. 16 is also an output device. We can declare some pin is this one, some pin we want to use for buzzer or something, but these are just the extra pins. I have not actually used it, but I have declared it already. So if network is not there, For example, you are trying and the network is not connected, it should display that failed in the OLED. So in our project also, if Wi-Fi is not connected, one failed message will come. If Wi-Fi is connected, COVID-19 immunity testing unit will be appearing there. Then it will wait for the input. So once the beat is detected, so it's written there on beat detected, what it will do, it will light up the LEDs. I mean, it will just start the system. It will start taking the information. In case the beat is not detected for a very long time, an error has occurred while mounting SPIFFS, that will come. So now your beat per minute should be in this range. So this is the programming. So if there is there is no person whose heartbeat will be less than 40. So if in case you are putting the finger and your heartbeat is coming 40, one display should come no finger on sensor, but that is not possible. But still that thing that is available in the program. So now what it is doing is, it's checking here in between for every report, like for example, that heartbeat is detected, then again it has to detect, then again it has to detect. This is just the continuation, the loop program actually, this one continuously. So in the serial, the serial is always representing, it will come in the computer screen. If you are connecting computer screen, then in the serial monitor it will come here. If you connect the project with a cable and go to tools and you go to serial monitor, now red is coming because there is no wire connection. Otherwise in there itself one screen will come, and in that all the information will be appearing. Now here HR data is nothing but that beats per minute, what and SpO2 value, and everything should be connected. And in the serial print, BPM and SpO2, yeah, this is very important. This is actually uploading to the website server. So first value is always BPM and second value is SpO2 level. Now here you can see it's uploading on kane.virtual write and kane.virtual write. It means that actually this is uploading the information. So you see that BPM value is uploading, SpO2 value is uploading. 0 stands for the first value, 1 stands for the second value. So in the screen you can see the first that watch type structure is there, that is for beats per minute, and second one is for heartbeat. Sorry, for SpO2 level, oxygen level of the blood. So if you are changing this to 1 and this to 0, means the first value actually will become of BPM and second value will become of SpO2. Now this OLED display is nothing but whatever you want to display in the screen, this is nothing but those things only. So what I am doing here, whatever heart data is coming I'm displaying, and in front of that I'm writing heartbeat per minute, then again SpO2, and whatever COVID-19 immunity tester, this all informations are coming. If you see the that one display again, you will find that all these things are actually available in the right side. So this is continuously coming, and the values are only coming, it's updating actually. So this is, you are seeing that no, without any quotes means that is value. So this is actually what, this is a message, and this is a value, because here are no quotes. So the 0 comma 45, 0 comma 11, 0 comma 21, 0 comma 20 is the different positions in OLED. So if you have a practice of OLED, you will be able to understand where it will display with what number, and this is that in case the connection is not detected, what it will do, those things are available.